All right, so I want to take you back now to Limpopo. Rutendo Bobodi is standing by. He's in conversation with a number of military veterans. You'll remember that Deputy President David Mabuza is visiting the province to interact with the members of the military veterans community. Rutendo, welcome once again. What do you have for us?
Sure. Blaine, the old apartheid regime was very ignoble, paranoid, but also it stood on its toes in terms of its fight against the so-called terrorists at the time. Hence, they built three forces here, three Air Force bases in the province. That's in Marken, in Makara, and also in Hoedspruit. But importantly, the Venda Defence Force was very pivotal in that fight because they were the ones that manned the longest border between South Africa and neighboring countries. That is the border between South Africa and Zimbabwe. In 1983, there was a fight between the South African National Defence Force and also helped by the Venda Defence Force, fighting against the so-called terrorists, people from the MK who arrived into South Africa from Cuba, fighting with AK-47, and there was a very big skirmish when these two forces fought back with their R4. So they are military veterans from those forces, the Venda Defence Force, people who were integrated into the new South African Defence Force, and those, of course, who were left out. One of them here joins me. That's Laibon Mutapuri. Mr. Mutapuri, thank you so much for your time. You were in the Venda Defence Force, and as far as you know, you were very pivotal in terms of fending off the people who were then called terrorists, who would, of course, encroached into South Africa.
Yes.
What are your challenges today?
The challenges today that we have got as a former Venda Defence Force Military Veterans Association is that most of our soldiers from the former Venda Defence Force, they are really poor of the poorest. They don't even know where does the dinner, tonight's meal, where will it come from? And they've got a problem with their children in terms of schooling. They don't have tuition fee to pay for their school fees. They have got a problem with regard to their health. You can see as we speak right now, we have got an issue with COVID. They don't even have healthcare facilities where, when they're ill with their dependents, where they can go. And there's a number of issues. And that is where we engage the presidency, where we started attending the meetings from the 2nd of November last year, 2020, the 17th of November also, the 3rd of December, where the President of the Republic tasked the Deputy President of the Republic that we should form the PTT, which stands for Presidential Task Team, to look into the welfare and the well-being of all former military veterans. However, as I'm standing here, I'm standing now on behalf of the former Venda Defence Force Military Veterans Association, where I'm only speaking on behalf of Venda Defence Force members, where we should make it a point that we send a very strong message to the office of the presidency that we have got soldiers there at home that have fought for this liberation struggle, whereas where they are today, they don't even have a meal and a roof over their head. Rutan.
Okay, tell me, you were in the force, and I like to think that it was formalized. Don't you get your pension?
We are not getting our pension, Rutando, due to the fact that we have tried to engage the Office of Treasury. And as we speak right now, on the report that we have got now on the table together with the Deputy President, as we speak now, there is still a problem to resolve that issue. We don't get any pension in nothing at all. However, since on the meeting that I've just mentioned above, it seems like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a possibility that maybe somewhere towards before the end of this year, maybe we might get something. But as of now, we're not getting it.
Just quickly, I was talking with my colleague earlier. Do you feel that military veterans in South Africa are honored enough as compared to military veterans in countries like the United States or Britain?
Not at all, Rutan. As you can check in other African states, countries, military veterans have got meals, they've got roof over their head. Just check on our counterpart here in Zimbabwe. Military veterans have been honored, and they are the VIP of them all there if you check. But look what is happening with our military veterans. Just check here, the people that are sitting here at the tent. They don't even have clothes, decent clothes just to put on. The Premier is here, the Deputy President is here, Minister Chairperson is here, all 10 MECs is here. But look what our military veterans are wearing. They don't even have decent clothing. So they are not well catered for. They are not even respected. They are not even honored at all. So that's the reason why we are sending this very strong message to the presidency.
Thank you so much. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Blaine. Of course, this is the issue you and I were talking about. You also mentioned Zimbabwe. If you remember the Zimbabwean 5th Battalion, these are soldiers who fought for the liberation of Zimbabwe, and how they are honored. I know one of them who, the kind of respect that they're given, not only just in symbolism, but also in substance. It's tangible. You can see it, Blaine.
Important insights indeed there. Rutsenda Bobori, live for us in Limpopo. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting.